Parenting is not a piece of cake, especially when trying to maintain a relationship. Find out more watching Black Love.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Well, hello, my lovelies. How are you today? Thank you. I am doing great. I'm your girl, Zakiyyah Wilbert, here to talk everything about Black Love, Season 3, Episode 5, Married While Parenting, and I am super excited to be back! Rah! That was all the people applauding. Yes, but there we go. Thank you. All right, hold your applause, guys. While I am back, I want to talk so much about Black Love. And of course, we'll be speaking on Parenting 101, opposing views, unconventional views, and along with some news and gossip and a special segment. Yes, we will. But again, I love being here. And again, I'm your girl, Zakiyyah. I've hosted many of own shows that includes David Makes Man and Black Love. So, of course, I love everything about Oprah, so that's why I'm here. And I am aspiring to be in a loving relationship. So seeking and finding and valuing the relationship advice that we get on this show. So let's jump right into it. Overall, I'm going to let you guys know my overall thoughts. And if you have any overall thoughts and you're in the comment section, please be sure to comment because I love to read them and have some interaction with you guys. So let's go ahead and do it. Overall, I think we learned a lot of value and lessons in this episode. One of my favorite was from DeAndre and Sally. Speaking of compromise, I think compromise was super important, especially when you're in a relationship with someone who's a completely different individual. We often realize or forget that we're in a relationship with the individual and not just like someone who is exactly like you and thinks like you and knows everything you're thinking. So being aware of that individual and compromising was one of the lessons that I gathered from this episode. And it was indeed an important one, especially someone aspiring to be in a relationship with someone else. So that was my overall thoughts. Please let me know what yours are. Again, comment. Let me know. I'm here. I'm scrolling. I'm looking. But we'll get right into it. I got my notes here. I have you watching. Let's do it. Parenting 101, baby. Let's go. So Parenting 101, we learned a lot about parenting. Now, I don't have any kids. I'm going to be blatantly honest, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I mean, a lot. When I say a lot, I mean 8. Like, that's a lot. Wait. 8. So that's a lot. I feel like I am their second mom. One of my nieces actually does call me mom. So I like to think of myself as a second mom. However, we learned that parenting and maintaining a relationship is not always easy. One of the examples that was brought to us was our passionate single father being in a relationship with our newlywed LaToya and their discussions on how he really took his parenting very serious. My overall thoughts about them arguing on their night that's supposed to be happy and him actually trying to bring his daughter along were basically, I was on LaToya's side. I felt like she wasn't wrong for feeling how she felt, not wanting to. And I don't think she was trying to exclude his child, Madison, which we learned her name is Madison. She's super cute. She wanted the child to be in the relationship because at the end of the day, it is a blended family. But at that night, it is about them. And I think it's very important when you're in a relationship to understand that your relationship is about you and that person. So it's you two first and then everything else second. That doesn't mean that second is we're going to think about them later because as she said, he always thinks about his child. I don't think she was saying think about the child later. It was more so like, let's think about the child, but in some aspects have each other in mind as well. So if you have any opposing views, let me know. But I think it is very important when in a relationship to think of each other. And that's any relationship, because I know for myself, when I'm in a relationship, say if I'm in a relationship with a guy and my nieces are top priority, I'm very adamant about letting them be top priority. It's like, okay, I know my nieces are here, but I'm in a relationship where I'm trying to strive and be married. So at the end of the day, well, until I'm married, my nieces are still important. But when I'm married, then I would have to think of that person second. Another thing we went through was opposing views. And I'm going to just check on my notes real quick because I had so much to say, y'all. So much to say. So we did see an argument between Egypt and Mike regarding having a baby or not. And so Egypt and Mike had this huge argument regarding if they would like to have a baby or if they shouldn't have a baby. And I think that sometimes in relationships, we think that it's always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and it's not. They actually got disconnected or broke up a little bit, allegedly a little bit broke up. My overall opinion on that whole opposing views is that I think DeAndre and Sally said it best, compromising. So there was a point where he was saying, hey, I don't want a baby, but if it happens, okay. And her face was completely in disgust, and everyone's like, why are you in disgust? And she said, which stood out to me the best, we're going to agree to disagree. Now, is it something that in a relationship you should potentially agree to disagree? Yes, you're in a relationship with a different individual. Like I said, you're not always going to agree on everything. You guys aren't always going to have the same point of view. So yes, to agree to disagree is not a bad thing. That's just realizing that you guys have different opinions on life, as long as it's not super outrageous and it's something that you just a moral that you can't see yourself not agreeing with, and you can't have this relationship if you guys don't agree. Then yes, agreeing to disagree is something that's completely okay. I loved something as far as agreeing to disagree was unconventional views. And I say that because a lot of people don't believe in unconventional views, but our new couple who came about, which was Lizzie and Izza, and I hope I'm saying his name right. Is it Izza? I hope I'm saying it right. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But they didn't have any gender roles in their relationship. And I absolutely love that. I think that's a relationship I would like to have with someone, is to not necessarily have any gender roles. Another thing was DeAndre and Sally decided not to give their children whoopings or spankings. You know, as our Black people, we give our kids spankings, but it was something to really let them understand that communicating in a different way is important. And I think that's also important, especially with our kids, to allow them to understand that you don't always have to be so violent. And it was opposing. Now here's the opposing view. And Lizzie decided otherwise. They said there's different techniques of disciplining your child that doesn't necessarily have to be the whooping, but it's the squeezing of the hand, maybe a little pop, which I also agree with. I am toggled between the two, honey. Like, I can't decide which one. Maybe a form of both. Maybe if we can collectively use both methods of how they dealt with their children, that would be the best way. I think that is something that I would in my future relationships with my future children, try to use both unconventional and conventional ways of disciplining my kids, but something that I don't have to toggle in between the two of, and I don't need any reassurance of, is definitely my love for enterprise. And with that being said, my love for something so large and grand such as AfterBuzz TV. It's a huge, huge enterprise of individuals and people and collectives, and you as well. And so with my love for AfterBuzz TV, I love hearing coming here and speaking to you all about everything that has anything to do with any after shows. And I'm sure everyone here does as well. So make sure you go and give us 5 stars. Make sure you go and put a thumbs up on everyone's videos. Watch all of these AfterBuzz shows because we are the ESPN of TV talk, and we love sitting here talking with you and having this conversation with you always and forever. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, honey. So make sure you do that and have at it and give us all those likes. But something that I didn't really like or that was unpleasing to me in the episode was financial issues. And I'll tell you why. So I personally am someone who have need to deal with my finances better. So it's always hard when you have to hear the truth, right? And so for one of our other new couples that was on the show, and our other new couples was it's so many new couples. What was our other new couple name? Dang, hold on, y'all. I got it. David and Julie. There we go. So they were saying that they went to their bank account and they realized that their account was now zero. Boy, oh boy. Now, this reminds me of the meme or when you go into the cashier and you realize you don't have nothing in your bank account and you're trying to buy you a little bit of groceries. If you haven't been there, kudos to you. I've been there. So you like, oh, take that off too. But I mean, it's the way they dealt with it, and I think they're very blunt and honest, which is something that I could agree with and love, was the fact that it was a struggle, but overall their marriage and their relationship kept them so in tune with each other that they got over that, like that saying, that too shall pass. So that too passed, and they began to reconcile their finances. They began to take care of their family, who their daughters were very sick in this episode. And we saw Michael and Elisha, whose son was very sick as well. And so each of those two families dealt with something that was very traumatic and was an issue, and that could have personally probably broke up their family, but through perseverance, consistency, and love, they stayed together. And you cannot disagree with that. If you disagree with that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know that man. Oh my gosh, my life is a meme. So if you guys don't get that reference, it's the Keke Palmer reference. I hate to sound ridiculous, but okay, let me stop because I can go on and on. I can reference everything to a meme. But anyways, so I mean, if you guys don't agree with that, I have no idea what to tell you, but that was something that I personally agree with. Another thing I agree with was affection in front of the children. I think the affection that and I want to talk about this couple because this was real surprising, and I'm gonna go there. I'm definitely gonna go there in the news and gossip. But Michael and Elisha, so they were talking about how they kiss a little bit, a little peck, a little hugs and stuff, and the kids are like, ew, in front of the kids. But I think that's so important for children to see, especially when raising children, to learn, to know that this is how love is, to set the examples and the leadership in the home, which one of our other couples, DeAndre and Sally, were talking about, and also to understand which one of our newer couples, Issa and Lizzie, was talking about, that sometimes there are differences in a home. So I think the affection, the leadership, and the differences aspects and teaching, everything revolves around the home, is what we saw with our couples. And that was something that really stood out to me, is to be able to be very open in your house and show your kids how to love, what is love, and what it's supposed to look like at home. So when they come and they are adulting, or they're in their adult life, that they can find something as precious, or find what they don't want or what they absolutely cannot tolerate, without learning a whole bunch of terrible lessons for no reason. Because obviously everyone learns lessons, but you don't want to learn terrible lessons without any reason or cause. So that was one of the things that I truly, truly appreciate about this episode. And again, we learned so many lessons during this time that I appreciate Black love so much. And thank you for continuously bringing this show on. Let's get right into our special segments, definitely. But again, so thank you for bringing this show, because it honestly is something that everyone should love. And speaking of what everyone loves, I personally think everyone loves the couple
was made for me and you.
Yes, honey. So everyone loves this couple. And when I say this couple, I mean Meagan Good and Devon Franklin. The Franklins, they are absolutely adorable. They met on set, as you guys know. They practiced not having sex until they were married. And they are still thriving and going strong. So I can't wait to see what else they have in store. I need them to have a baby, because I just want to look at one. But I love them absolutely so much. This is our Black couple highlights. It's so cute, right? Oh, gosh. I love talking about love. Like, it's absolutely amazing. But one of our things that I want to definitely talk about that is in part of our news and gossip is our favorite
AfterBuzz TV News.
Boom, 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 boom. One of our favorite couples on the Black Love documentary. So if you were watching like I was watching and your mouth did not open up when this was said, you must be in the same situation. So anyway, so our couple, Micheal and Elisha, they revealed something. So apparently, Michael's ex-wife lives in the house with them with their 4 kids. So a few pictures, we see that she was joking about it, saying, yeah, like, you know, the bag is out. I do live with my husband's ex-wife with our 4 children. It was absolutely crazy. So she poked fun at it. I think that was so funny. But yeah, everyone, if you didn't look like, what, girl, what? Oh, that's my favorite little rapper. Okay, anyway, and everyone had an opinion about it and wanted to discuss more and further. But I really commend them, honestly, because at first I was a little appalled. I said, honey, I don't think I'll be able to do that. However, after hearing what she was saying, how their relationship just works, and how if she wasn't there, you know, I don't know what I would have done when he wasn't there. I said, well, maybe this is something that I can't judge for myself, because I never really been in this situation, but it seems like something that can possibly work. So I'm still as shocked, but I think I'm too selfish. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a very selfish lover. So for me, it would have been a little bit tight, but I don't know. It works for them. Let's go into the comments, because I see we seen somebody. Hold on, we gonna shout you out real quick. Hey, JL. Okay, so JL and me are longtime friends. You guys don't even know, but yeah, we are. So hey, but you mentioned, I started to wonder if they were in a thriller, but he said he's not in a relationship with his ex. A throuple. Yeah. She said throuple, not thriller. Yes, I know. I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, ooh, it's a little, juicy. But yeah, I agree. He said that he was not in love with his ex. They just have a really great relationship. So kudos to them. Oh my goodness, guys. I mean, I love you guys. I love talking about Black love. Everything about this show excites me, and I can't wait to come back. I cannot wait to come back. Some predictions that I possibly may have for this show.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Let's see. I just predict we're going to get some new couples. Every time we enter an episode, I feel like we get a new couple thrown onto some of our old couples. So I predict we're going to hear another story. And you already know we're going to get some craziness. So I can't wait to hear some of the struggles that couples had to go through. Because, again, it's not always rainbows and sunshine. So I'm predicting that we're going to get a crazier episode next time around. But I want you guys to keep watching, keep listening. Next week we'll be here with a full cast here, so myself and others. And again, thank you. Thank you, Oprah. Thank you. I'm your girl, Zakiyyah Wilbert. You can find me on Instagram at ZakiyyahW_. And guys, keep watching. Keep watching all my other shows. I'm going to be talking about Marraige Bootcamp Family Edition later on today. So stay tuned and stay in it.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.